What's up, Cancer? This is going to be your bi-weekly love check-in. This is for my Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and for the cross watchers. If you guys are new to this channel, on this channel I combine universal law of assumption, consciousness, manifesting with the tarot and channeling to look into your situation with a specific person, the person on your mind, and actually help you to refocus and shift any dynamic, manifest it how you wish to. So if that is something that you are interested in, then do stick with me. I also have an entire course called Shifted that takes you through what is manifesting, because we're always doing it, what is conscious and deliberate manifesting, getting you your most pristine self-concept, getting you back into your God power, and also how you can shift any dynamic with a specific person and anyone in your personal reality. So it gets you back in the power seat. So check out my course Shifted. The link is in the in the description box of the video, should you wish to. So let's just take a look now. Cancer, the person on your mind, how do they feel about you? How do you feel about them? A projected potential. And the reason I say potential is universal law of assumption. Tarot on my channel is just a check-in point into a version of you and your specific person that you have manifested, selected, are manifesting or selecting out of the infinite that are available right now in this exact moment. Creation is finished. Everything exists all at once. Everyone is you pushed out. Your desires are meant for you. So if you would like to manifest this differently, it would just require a shift in your state of consciousness, your identity, the version of Cancer that you're being, of which there are infinite, and a reselection of your dominant thoughts and assumptions pushed out in relation to the specific person. The outside must conform. Mirror principle, guys. Circumstances and conditions do not matter, okay? King of Swords. So this person, how are they feeling about you? King of Swords, Emperor card in the reverse. There seems to be like thinking in the head, but having not maybe shown up. Emperor card in the reverse is not very structured, hasn't really shown up very much like Cancer, like a you know, taking the lead. So there's issues to do with like structure, foundations, taking the lead on the connection, building properly for the future, maybe. Knight of Wands in the reverse, Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, yes, they are meant to be in reversals, guys. For anyone that has a comment about that, everything comes out perfectly. Knight of Wands is in the reverse, so Cancer, it seems to be like a little bit stop-start, attraction and chemistry, but issues here to do with really putting effort into the long-term goal. Six of Pentacles here is in the upright, so this would be about re-establishing some support and balance and reciprocity, okay? Nine of Pentacles is in the reverse. I mean, you know, a portion of you, this is like issues to do with not being very stable. I mean, I saw that Emperor card in the reverse, and you know, this could be issues to do with feeling financially stable. A portion of you, Cancer, and don't take it if it's not your story. It's like there is not really much building towards the future vision, because that Emperor card, that could be like, you know, someone's not totally single and available to commit to the situation, because you could be dealing with a situation that involves children, husband, father figure, that kind of a thing. And therefore the Emperor in the reverse is not the Emperor in the upright, not offering that in this situation. So Knight of Wands in reverse can be more like attraction, chemistry. It can be an affair. Like I said, don't take it if it's not your story. Now the Eight of Pentacles in reverse would be about lack of effort into, you know, reciprocity between the two of you. Okay, so that leads to questioning whether or not the feelings are returned. Because Two of Cups in the upright would be also a relationship. So there's some kind of an issue here, also challenges to whether or not this is mutual. You see? Yeah, Lover's card in the reverse, it's the same energy, right? This is also about choices. So the portion of you that feel like a choice needs to be made, like that can be a little bit like triangles, or there can be this sort of feeling of like you're not really choosing the connection, because someone might not be totally available, or someone might just be not really reciprocating very much because of concerns here to do with like the future goal, career and finances. I mean, there's a challenge to self-love. Now, Lover's card is strong contract. It is. It's like, it can be twin flame, soulmate, whatever. But it's like, it's in the reverse. So it's the shadow energy. So there's a challenge to self-worth and self-love theme going on here, or choosing the connection that triggers that. In this one check-in, guys, they are your story, so we can change it, okay? We don't need to put a lot of conditions on why and how they're going to change and if they're going to change. We just change us, but there's stresses and anxieties here, okay? Maybe about the choice that has to be made, or about self-worth issues, or questioning, is this reciprocal? Let me have a look. There's 3 of Cups here. Now, some of you, yeah, it's just choices. It's like, are there other energies around? I mean, someone could be not available and this is more a flirtation, and another person could be single and available and having a good time. And so then there's a bit of a disconnect here on like, are we on the same page, you know? I mean, Cancer, if you want this person to choose you, okay, then you just need to change the story and take awareness off all the other parts that you don't like, or third parties or whatever. And I'll get to you in a sec. Yeah, it's like a feeling of lack of success, Cancer. Okay, and 5 of Pentacles and coldness. Around Hierophant card, commitments. Some of you, you know, there's just influences here, like questions around, are we committing to one another? Are we not committing to one another? For others of you, there's commitments outside of the connection. You understand what I'm saying? But so that can make things go a bit cold. Where, you know, Knight of Pentacles in the upright, it's like we're moving towards that long-term goal. Some of you, there's just issues. Someone is financially responsible outside of the connection. That was that Emperor card in the reverse, like children, etc. And, you know, Hierophant card, 3 of Cups, could be dealing with a person. Yeah, it's like there's obligation, because I've got 4 of Wands in the reverse. That's lack of stability, lack of commitment. And so that can make, you know, things a little disconnected. But then there's this very strong connection. Let me get a little bit more. And guys, even if it's a bit of a shitty, weird read, it doesn't matter. Like I said to you, like just change it if you want to change it, okay? Justice card's in the reverse. So it's just something to do with like things not feeling very balanced. Stop, start. Some of you, yes, this could be affair, more flirtation than commitment, questions around commitment. Justice card could be marriage, divorce, legal matters that then causes between the 2 of you a feeling of like this isn't very fair, okay? And there's imbalance. There's a lot here around balance and reciprocity, okay? That and putting effort into the situation between the 2 of you and choosing your situation. So let me just see what else is with that Justice card in the reverse. Yeah, it's 2 of Pentacles, back and forth, back and forth. This is also weighing options. Maybe they think you're weighing your options, Cancer, okay? But, you know, you could be dealing with a situation where someone has to make a choice, so you're weighing your options, or you're mutually kind of like that, back and forth with one another and insecure about whether or not this can go forward. And some of you, there's issues here to do with like different backgrounds, religions or culture, and like other influences in that department, 3 of Cups, that are like affecting the connection. But 2 of Pentacles also can be financial responsibility, money in versus money out, and that's a concern. And so being able to like move ahead with you, you know, there's stresses there. 2 of Pentacles is about priorities. So there could be like anxiety. Is this connection really the priority? And I've got King of Swords. So you're in their head, Cancer. It could just go a little bit hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold. Now, Cancer, if that's the case and you just want the hot, 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 okay, this person, anyway, you're the manifestor. But I have to point out we've got the Magician card here. So in this check-in, in this moment, which we can shift in a moment, it's literally through focus, refocus. But there's a 2 of Wands. So this is like crossroads energy, manifesting a plan. So, or a decision needing to be made. So either they're manifesting that things are clear and you guys, you know, can move ahead and there's a decision on the direction, or, you know, I mean, King of Swords could be about cutting away something else that's interfering, or maybe they're waiting for you, Cancer, to do that. Do you understand? I mean, look, the cards are going to tell me more. I know that it's like not clear, but it's just a general energy, you know. I feel like it's just this like which way forward. It's not obvious. 2 of Wands, like a decision needing to be made, balance needing to be restored, mutual cooperation, an issue to do with feeling really chosen. There's a lot indicating like soul connection here, but then there's a lot to do with like, you know, not really committing to the situation, not showing up stable, issues to do with commitment, house and home. Okay, guys? So let's have a look at you, Cancer. If you are waiting, I teach you in the course shifted, guys, like to get out of the waiting game, but that's literally a state. Things are perpetuating because you're not shifting your focus from circumstances, conditions, and even what was said or done even a moment ago means nothing to the now moment if you can shift your focus with some discipline, because the outside is just going to validate where you're aware, what you're aware of in imagination, guys. So, and your thoughts and your identity. I'm version of Cancer, I have the person. Very clean, and stick to it. Or if you're dealing with some situation that seems very complex and all these characters and like this person can't decide or they have to divorce or other way round, all you need to do, Cancer, is just be like, no, it's like this, and allow all the pieces to move around for you. The outside will rearrange. You've already shifted into that timeline, even if your room looks the same, guys. So, I mean, for real, you can try it out. So how does Cancer feel? We've got Libra energy, we've got Gemini energy, we've got Taurus energy, we've got Virgo, Gemini. Okay, how does Cancer feel about this person? King of Cups, Cancer. You feel emotion towards this person. 9 of Pentacles in the upright. Someone might be available and someone might not be available, or something along those lines, or there's just questions about being totally available to one another. Knight of Swords, it gets a bit erratic. Okay, the communication, like I said, hot, cold, maybe there's frustration, right? So that could be the communication style, reactivity, not feeling very loved, not feeling very chosen. You know what I mean? Let me have a look. Strength card in the reverse can be ego clashes as well. Also, Cancer, I mean, you could have an assumption this person is lacking in confidence. Sneaky assumptions, guys. People will act on what you dominantly think and assume. They have no control over what you're thinking and assuming. They're going to act up and reflect it back to you. Even things they say, even things they do. And so you might have an assumption they don't have like the strength or the courage to move ahead. Or Cancer, you might be stuck trying to make a decision and you feel like you don't have the strength and you need some sort of validation or decision or clarity or this person's behavior to change in order to feel confident about this situation. So then I would advise, let all this shit go and say, no, they're like this. I'm a version of Cancer that has the relationship with them and it's like this. That's what you're like affirming. That's the end that you're living in the now, and watch them shift for you. Okay, yeah, Wheel of Fortune, but it goes round and round. You may feel this is like very fated, very destined, because there's a lot here indicating like strong connection, but round and round, something needs to shift. And then we've got a King of Wands in the reverse. Lots of reversals in this round. Okay, oh, sorry, I took 2, but everything's meant to be. We've got the Tower card in the reverse. So you could feel like there's an impending tower, something's got to shift, something's got to change. Now, I do feel, like I said, these Wands cards in the reverse, attraction, chemistry. Some of you are dealing with a Leo or strong fire energy, or there's just a lot of fire you and this person have, or a lot of attraction. But Cancer, and again, if it's not your reading, it's not your reading, but it just seems that there's something here to do with fear and potentially secrecy. So for some of you, if this is an affair, that could be the factor. And also the Devil is triggering energy, right? So triggering self-confidence, self-worth, and all of that. And that is, if I'm going to be honest with you, what's helpful either way. Tower is a spiritual card. It's in the reverse, which I always take as an internal tower. So how are you feeling, Cancer? This is an internal tower. What's not working must go, which I say regardless, because if everything on the outside is a reflection of you, then you being in the self-concept that knows, you know, that's in your strength, okay, and doesn't have all this fear, limiting beliefs or whatever it is, then that is something that must go, because then the outside is going to validate who you're being. And so that is the spiritual change. But in terms of this situation, Cancer, it could be that there's an impending, like something has to shift in order for this to shift. And so what's not working must go. Now, the Moon and the Devil, it could be that things feel unclear. It could be that this is a situation that involves some kind of a level of like secrecy or things that are hidden. The Devil card could also be ties, you know, outside of the connection and feeling trapped and bound by that, like someone being sort of codependent or tied to someone. I mean, let me have a look at this devil. Yeah, see, you've got the Two of Cups, but you've got it in the upright, Cancer. And they've got it in the reverse. So it's like there seems to be maybe this ping pongs back and forth, and it feels like there's attraction and chemistry. Okay, here, the push-pull, the hot-cold. Okay, very common terms in the tarot community. Push-pull, like twin flame, push-pull, soulmate, push-pull. Okay, so Cancer, easy to break out of push-pull or power struggles, okay? No, it's mutual, we're together. There's, you know, whatever you are seeing happening, you need to take away like that association with them. There is no push-pull. You get the ideal version of them and you're like, I'm the version of Cancer. We have the most beautiful relationship, soulmate connection. Of course, they know that I'm their soulmate, and we're together, or whatever it is that you want. I mean, for some of you, if you're still tied to something, but you have an unrequited love thing because you're in love with someone else, I'm not judging that either. All the pieces will move for you, Cancer, if you're just like, no, that's my soulmate. They know that I'm their soulmate. We're together, full stop, period, point blank. Even all the third parties and all the complications and all the issues, they move in perfect harmony really quickly. You don't have to mess with the middle. You can shift fast, okay? Yeah, see, Eight of Cups is in the reverse with the Queen of Wands. So there's a Queen of Wands and a King of Wands, and then there's a Fool card and there's a Two of Wands. Do you see? And Magician. Wow, Two of Wands, Magician over here next to each other. Two of Wands, Magician over here, one after the other. Now, guys, it's like you're both manifesting to move forward, but there's like a decision and what is the way forward? Oh my gosh, and then Hierophant card as well. Okay, issues to do with committing to the situation, mutual attraction. Sometimes there's doubts and fears, like this could feel like, is this just temptation and fun? Because a King of Wands in the reverse is like shadow energy, and a Knight of Wands in the reverse is shadow energy. You both sometimes question maybe the other one's intentions, and one might be tied up and unable to commit, and the other one might be non-committed to anything. And then there is this kind of energy of this is very unclear, and it might create some triggering. You don't really want to disconnect altogether, Cancer. The Fool card would be about taking a leap of faith and a risk, but there's someone here lacking the courage. So Cancer, if you want them to take the risk and go all in with you and say, I'm all in, for example, you literally just, trust me guys, just say they're all in. People seriously have done it and they got exactly that, like just, that's it. But yes, I feel like this is looking like King and Queen of Wands here and not that Hierophant card. Now there's something about someone manifesting the decision that needs to be made, and that would involve a crumbling of what is outside of the connection. And in some cases that has to do with some outside, you know, for a lot of you, that's like someone has a tie to someone else. And if it's not your reading, just fuck it off, guys. So look, this is Pisces, also Cancer energy, the moon. We've got Capricorn, Aquarius, Scorpio. Yeah. So, I mean, look, you're both kind of crossroads, Magician, manifesting. You know, you both feel like there's a soul connection, hope for a relationship, but someone's lacking courage. That's frustrating. There's attraction, desire, manifesting commitment maybe with one another, but then someone not being able to yet, okay, or not taking that leap, and then that causing friction. Okay, so all the characters in the show, they're all just like your selection. So take your awareness of what's interfering. And Cancer, if you're tied up in something, again, no judgment. If you are and you're not ready to take a leap, but you want this person to show up and tell you, you're all I want, it's also available, guys. Everything that you could ever imagine is available. Okay, you just have to shift what you think they think and assume about you and what they would want with you and who you are, your self-concept, and it's all available to you. Love affair, secrecy, third party. Okay, enough said for those for whom this reading resonates, okay? Manifest away third parties, guys, if you want to. If you want to have the affair and seriously, guys, no judgment, that's fine. If you are wanting to manifest away third parties, also just go to your end and don't keep the third parties in your awareness, okay? Because we've got distance, break up. Someone might need to break up with someone in order to move ahead, or this third party issue causes distance between the two of you, coldness, okay? Doubts whether this could be successful. We've got jealousy, so there's jealousy issues. Secretive, sneaky, mysterious, hiding information. See guys, like, look, the tarot is going to confirm what I channel. And, you know, I said all of this at the beginning and throughout the reading. It seems to be this is something to do with things not being clear, potentially an affair, secrecy, etc. What else? Yeah, see, look, double life. Liar, deception in another relationship. So either not trusting one another, or someone is in another relationship and this involves some level of whatever, guys. Don't let anything trigger you, because, like, you know, that's the thing, guys. If you're like, this is the love of my life, and then, you know, but then you're like, but they're a fucking this and this and this, and they need to change. I'm giving you the tools to actually change it. So that's just it, right? So if you don't want them to be in another relationship and you're like, that's my twin flame or my soulmate, oh my God, literally jump, soul contract, all you need to do is do what I said. Or you can check out my course. Or, you know, yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, Cancer. It's like you're both at a crossroads. And guys, this is not fortune telling. It's the check-in in this moment. If you literally let this all go, no crossroads, no waiting, no decision, no blocks, no obstacles, no saying this is because they are like that. Check your assumptions. Your assumptions about them, what you think and assume about them needs to be in alignment with the version of you that has them. You need to only identify it with that and think and assume in that way. That's how they think about you, because it's the truth, okay? Shift. All right, guys, yeah, like I said, you can check out my course. Otherwise, look, soulmate, Two of Wands, still at a crossroads. There seems to be at the moment coldness and distance. If you're feeling the coldness and you're wanting this person to reach out, like just say this goes in and out and you want more consistent communication, Cancer, all you need to do is you say, yeah, they're blowing up my phone constantly, and stick to it and don't doubt yourself. That's it. Because like coming and watching the tarot and wondering about, okay, the tarot says now that there's no action, you can shift that in a moment because you're manifesting all of it. All right, Cancer, I really hope that that was helpful for some of you and in essence guided some of you, and I'm sending you guys so much love, and I will check in with you in 2 weeks' time.